Hi, welcome. This is my routine without my walking boot. As you can see, I'll be taking that off and doing any exercises or stretches that don't require me to use my flex foot. Took me a moment to get that off. And feel free to mirror me if you're following along. I'll be using directions that support that. So starting out, just taking a deep breath in and letting it out slowly. And starting with a couple of neck circles, half moon circles with the top of my head from side to side. And then stretching in the back of my neck, interlocking the fingers and pulling the chin into the chest gently. Moving into a little side stretch, stretching over first towards the left, and letting my neck stay loose, and alternating to the other side, just loosening up the sides of the body. And then moving into a little hip stretch. I can either keep the feet as they are or stack them, and then folding forward. And rolling up. Uncrossing and recrossing my legs in the opposite direction and repeating that sequence, starting stretching over to the right side, keeping both sides of the body nice and long. And repeating over to the left. Once more, either keeping the legs as they are or stacking them one on top of the other and gently folding forward, loosening up the hips and the lower back. And rolling up. Taking an easy twist, looking over one shoulder towards the back wall, and then reversing it. And just an opening of the chest for a moment there. And then warming up the legs with some easy knee bends, maybe giving the muscles a good rub down. Shaking out the legs a little bit more. Heating up hamstrings, calf muscles, quads. And then moving into one leg bend, the other leg straight, and side stretching over, going a little deeper into that side stretch before folding over that extended leg. Still taking it pretty easy. I'm going to bend that extended leg and just slowly lay backwards, either to my palms or my elbows or fully flat on the floor if I feel comfortable. Stretching out my quad before rolling to one side and coming up. And switching. Now side stretching to the opposite extended leg. Easy does it. Before folding over that extended leg again. And rolling up before bending that extended leg's knee. And slowly easing backwards to lay either on my elbows or fully flat on the floor. Going deep into that quad. Don't forget to breathe. Rolling on one side to come back up. And releasing both legs extended and in just a smallish V. Again, shaking them out. Maybe bending the knees and releasing to loosen up the joints. And coming back up, shake out anything else left over before coming onto hands and knees position and sitting back slowly into a child's pose, hips towards heels. Unraveling and letting the hips come forward, stretching the spine, looking up, and then reversing back into child's pose. Moving through this a couple of times, stretching out the spine in different directions, going through cat, and stretching the back, and moving back through cat into child's pose. Once finished, sit back and then shift over to the right, walking the hands so you get a little more stretch along the sides of the torso, and reverse when you're ready. All right, and slowly laying down on the belly and swimming the arms back behind oneself to interlock the fingers and pull the shoulder blades together to lift the chest off the ground, and just loosening up the upper back, either by swimming from side to side or lifting the chest a little higher with each inhale, and finishing by lifting both arms and legs off the ground. Rest when you're ready. And coming into Cobra, looking from one side to the other. Maybe deepening that by lifting the elbows off the ground, looking upwards and downwards, and then releasing back down. Again, relaxing the back. All right, slowly shifting back into child's pose, hips to heels, releasing the spine. And then flipping over. And lifting the legs off the ground for a little bit of ab work. Just finding a balance, balancing on my sits bones. Using the hands as support. Maybe extending the legs. Engaging the abdominals. Before rolling down flat on the floor. Taking a moment here. All right, pulling the knees into the chest and then releasing one leg down. Just extending that leg up to the ceiling, grabbing anywhere along it to stretch the back of it. Moving it to the outside for a moment, still grasping anywhere along that leg, loosening up the hip. And then going into a deeper stretch for the back, taking it across one's body into a twist. Just shake it out. Pull the knee in and switch. Again, pulling the knee in close before extending the leg up. Taking the leg out to the side. Opening up the hip socket. Before crossing that extended leg across your body. You can do this either straight or bent leg, going into the twist. Taking a couple of alternate knee bends for the abdominals, grasping one knee and then the other while extending the other leg out. Again, squeezing the knees in when finished and letting them fall to the right side, stacking the knees on top of each other. Switch sides when you're ready. Now slowly evolving that into another abdominal exercise. Working the obliques. Legs can be bent or straight, but not touching the floor as you shift them from side to side. And then pulling the knees into the chest one final time before rocking up. Watch out for that foot before coming back into a cross-legged position. And to finish out, one more deep breath in, exhaling and folding forward. Thanks for joining me.